Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is M.Dimas Arya. My student's number is 38. In this video, I like to deliver my work about my thesis. Also, I want to deliver some points and information based on the thesis that I found. So, let's start the presentation. The title of the thesis that I found is Students' Perceptions of Online Assessment Used in Schoology in English as a Foreign Language Classrooms. So this thesis is created and written by Rosa Melia from English Education Department, Faculty of Tarbiyah and Teacher Training, Sunan Ampel State Islamic University, Surabaya, in 2018. This research is intended to know the student perception of online assessment in Schoology in English as a Foreign Language Classrooms of English Teacher Education Department at UEN Sunan Ampel, Surabaya. So based on this, there are the objective of this research. The first one is to identify the students' perceptions of the use of online assessment on Schoology in English as a Foreign Language Classrooms. The second one is to know the students' challenges in doing online assessment in Schoology in English as a Foreign Language Classrooms. So from these objectives or the previous objective, the researcher expected to. The first one is for the students. This research is very useful for students later. With this research can make students understand the new way in process of learning by using technology. Not only using paper, but with technology, students also can be creative. With the use of Schoology as an online assessment can make students more or to know the new way of doing quizzes or tests via online. Especially is one of the features from Schoology called assessment tool. The second one is for the teachers and lecturers. This research also useful for teacher or lecturer. With this research, lecturer can know the perception and the students' challenges in doing the online assessment in Schoology in this English as a Foreign Language Classrooms. After knowing everything, lecturer can add to the shortcomings of what has happened during applying Schoology, especially online assessment in Schoology in the English as a Foreign Language Classroom. And the third one is for the researcher. In this case, the researcher can deeply understand the concept of a theory used in the study. Next, about related literature. In this research, use some related literature. The first one is about perception. In students' perception, the researcher gives an argument about Aristotle's theory of perception that change in the sense organ, and this is caused by the object of perception, which means that everyone has feelings of likes or dislike for the intended object. And by specifying the object has been listed in Gibson theory, that is a big basis of Gibson theory is the conviction that our perception is determined by optical flows or optical rays. Gibson believed that a human perceives objects or their sensory qualities in a way by which packet or information rays determined by structure and by object enter his sensors. Also, according to Chandler, the perception is the awareness familiarity regarding what we sense. In fact, most attitudes, behaviors, and adjustments are determined by their perception. And then the importance of students' perception. As stated by Chance, the student's perception is really important for evaluating the teaching effectiveness. After knowing the perception of students, teacher or lecturer can change what is not liked by students and can improve what has been liked by students, whether it's about how to teach or how to deliver material to students. Therefore, students' perception is very important, especially for teacher or lecturer. Next, types of perception. In identifying the student perception, there were kinds of perception divided into two. There are positive and negative perception. Positive perception is a valuable present that prepares the self-confidence and power to catch on the world, to endure crisis, and to focus outside oneself. It increases the construction of relationship and giving to others. On the other hand, negative perception is disposed to focus on their own desire, trying to acquire and prove their self-worth. Next explanation is about learning management system. Learning management system is a software program which connects with a file that contains an explanation regarding the users, courses, and content. The learning management system also provides online training-based learning activities, and this system can also be used for fully online or partly blended. As stated by several experts such as Smith, Gibson, Billings, and Henderson, it can be concluded that LMS is software which it contains the feature needed for the learning process. By using the LMS can be help teacher or lecturer to conduct teaching and learning activities online, and teacher can also interact with student online. Next explanation about assessment in language teaching. At the end of the learning process conducted in the college, is always carry out the process of assessment of the learning outcomes of all students. In the assessment process that occurs at the end of the college, it's not just about giving the value of numbers or letter, but there are several stages in the assessment. So assessment is a tool or to measure a student understanding of material taught. Also, assessment is an attempt to decide what students know and what they can do. The last one is about Schoology. Schoology itself is used to upload tasks to tests or quiz and others. Schoology is one of the example of learning management system. It's a web-based tool that allows students, teachers, and district staff to network efficiently. Schoology is also similarity with Facebook, but Schoology has managed to incorporate attendance, student assignments, and homework features. So now I want to explain about what method that researchers use in this research to get information. The first one is about research design. The design of this study is classified as a survey research. In this case, researcher wants to know the phenomenon that occurs outside or the field using a survey to analyze the data. The aim of this study is to get information about the use of online assessment in Schoology, and also to find out the information about online assessment in Schoology. Therefore, researchers use survey research to describe and interpret what it is. And next about population and sample. The study will involve the student of English Teacher Education Department year 2014, 2015, and 2016 at the State Islamic University of Sunan Ampel, Surabaya. And about research instrument, as Sugiyuno said, that research is doing the measurement, then there must be a good measure tool. And also, this specifically, those phenomena are called research variables. In this research, there are two research questions. And the first question is to identify the student perception of online assessment in Schoology, while in the second question is to know the student challenges in doing online assessment in Schoology. And then about the data collection technique. The data collection technique is the way to research collect the data empirically and objectively. So data collection technique is the most important step in the research because the main purpose of the research is to get the data for collecting the data and also many more. So for collecting the data in this research, the researcher used questionnaire as the instrument. There are several procedures that performed by researcher during the study. The procedure are, the first one is the researcher prepares the instrument to collect the data. The second step is making the questionnaire. The question is and questionnaire are about student perception of online assessment in Schoology and the challenges in doing online assessment in Schoology. And the third step is after that, the questionnaires needs to get the validity from the experts of this research. And the fourth one is in doing this research, the researchers share the questionnaire to the participant. And the last step is after getting the data, the researcher analyze the data and explain it descriptively and with making the conclusion as the result of the research. After I learned and analyzed some problems that appear in this research, I got two main findings in this research. The first one is about student perception of online assessment used in Schoology. The result of this study indicate that the students have a positive perception toward the use of online assessment in Schoology. There are several reasons why the students have positive response toward the use of online assessment. The first one is they enjoy using the online assessment because the Schoology is very easy to use because most students who are familiar with the feature of Schoology, they also have a knowledge about technology before using the Schoology. And the second reason why the students were interested using online assessment is online assessment is better than paper assessment. And then the third reason why the student enjoy doing the online assessment is Schoology is that the Schoology can save their time, because by using Schoology the student can do the test every time and everywhere as they are given the deadline by only working using the network site. And the second finding is student challenges in doing online assessment in Schoology. Although, as a previously from the result of the data obtained that students have positive perception of the use of online assessment in Schoology, it doesn't mean that there are not difficulties from the students in doing the online assessment in Schoology. The finding of this research indicate that there are several challenges of the student face when using online assessment in Schoology. From the result that the use of data obtained, there are many time also internet connection, also the system problems, and about the controller. So that's all the information that I want to convey regarding the thesis that I found. Thank you so much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.